social anxiety and be confident in who you are. Take a big breath in and out. And know that everything's okay. I'm right here for you. And you're perfect the way you are. Relax. So, social anxiety. One of the main ways that you can overcome social anxiety is through self-love and authenticity. And then, of course, there is the shadow side. The shadow side of things where maybe there are parts about yourself that you want to improve or you have to still accept. And I think that sometimes we can get lost and overwhelmed by not knowing who we are. Like, caught between loving ourselves or improving ourselves. And I know that it can be pretty difficult to find a good balance where you hold accountability, but you also forgive yourself. So, I'm going to give you a few tips on these different topics surrounding social anxiety and what has helped me a lot. When I was younger, I used to be like super anxious about talking to people, and I think that's because I was bullied in like middle school age, but I feel like a lot of people are bullied, so, but I know now that no matter what people think of me, I'm confident in who I am, and that helps a lot. But also, owning up and improving yourself, it really makes you that much more confident, and I think that is a layer that people don't go into, you know, like, just know that if you are feeling socially anxious and you talk to people and they make you feel bad about yourself, it's not you. Okay? Just gonna get that out of the way, because holding ourselves accountable and learning is very important, but no one should ever shame you or make you feel bad about being yourself. So I wrote down a few things and I'm gonna go over them. So, number one is definitely being authentic. So, authenticity is knowing who you are and being confident in that. So, learning yourself, getting to know yourself, getting to know the things that you like, the things you like about other people, the way you like to interact. Are you someone who's more like chatty or chill? Are you somebody that you know yourself, get to know yourself, get to learn yourself. And then number two is be around those people that have similar interests as you. Instead of impressing other people, get to know yourself, and in that sense, make other people impress you. Because sometimes we want to impress people that we don't even care about, nor do we even want to hang out with. So, getting to know yourself is really going to build your confidence, because then when things do arise that make you feel socially anxious, you're going to be confident in what you like, what you accept, your boundaries, who you are as a person. And that way, if they don't accept you for who you are, you're not going to care, because you know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you're about, and that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself, and nobody else is in your brain. So you really gotta take charge of your own life and not let overthinking about others control your life. Like, be in control of your own mental, and knowing yourself will really help with that. Okay, so being love and light, being a good person, knowing that you're coming from a right place, all of those things will help you from second guessing yourself. Because if you're being a good person and you're coming from a good place, then it's not your problem or your worries to control how others receive that about you. So if people misunderstand you, if people don't vibe with you, you're not going to care, because you know that you are coming from a good place and you're being a good person. Now, if you don't want to be a good person, then you're going to have to learn how to accept that people aren't going to like that, and you're going to not need to care at all. So if you can't approach people with good intentions, then you're really gonna have to gain control of the fact that you just don't care at all. Like, if you're going to be hardcore, you gotta commit. So, in my opinion, I think it's better to always talk to people with good intentions, and when you're not in a good vibration, or you're not having good intentions, then just don't even talk to them. Because, like, even if you're in the right, it won't matter. You're probably just gonna like psych yourself out and have anxiety. So just avoid coming at people with the wrong intentions, and that will help social anxiety a lot, because you'll always know that you mean well, so it won't matter. Yeah, and I think it's important to not try to think about what other people are thinking about you. Okay. Also, you have to really, like, not care about what people think. And that's not saying that, like, just be reckless. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you need to put yourself first, and your own health first, and putting yourself first in that way, and coming with good intentions, and all of those things that give you self-confidence is really going to help you. And you really just really have to not care at all in that sense. You have to put yourself out there and be real, and if people don't like that, that's a them issue, not a you issue. Another thing that has helped me with social anxiety is speaking less, in the sense that it's important to get to know the other person. If you ask more questions about them, if you take the time to learn more about them than talking about yourself, it's going to open up a good, healthy relationship. And people love talking about themselves, and you build a stronger bond with people when you get to know them. So focus on getting to know the person instead of talking about yourself, and that will help a lot. Okay, so the last thing that I want to speak about is social cues. So let's say that you are looking at the deeper layers of yourself, because we all have bad habits. We all have things that we want to change or we want to fix. And social skills are like something you have to practice. So you're not a weirdo, you're not like not accepted in society because you don't understand like social cues or social skills or any of that kind of stuff. We all learn these things, so all you have to do is practice, learn social skills, learn body language, learn how people react to the things that you say, and don't go changing yourself. Just use these things that you learn to have an appropriate conversation. And I know that can be kind of hard to hear, especially if maybe like you wanted to make a friend and they didn't like you, or the conversation got awkward or something like that. It's really hard to face these things about ourselves and be like, okay, maybe I need to understand this or that about how I interact, right? And your true friends, they will still stick around even if you're not perfect, okay? So if they leave, don't worry about it. Just worry about improving yourself, accepting yourself, and coming at things with good intentions and learning social skills, social cues, what's appropriate and what's not. And it really helps kind of level you out when, you know, you focus on the good, but you also are realistic and you see where you might have went wrong. And yeah, just know that you're not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. Being bold, being authentically you, being in your own energy and not caring is super magnetic, and people are really drawn to it. So you might think that something about you turns people away, but it actually just keeps them intrigued. So don't be too hard on yourself, but do improve yourself in the ways that you can improve your social skills in. Learn social skills, but learn yourself. And then anything that comes up in life, anyone that comes into your life, anyone that you meet will be a part of your story, and you won't be hyper fixated on what they think because you know what you think. Start having other people impress you instead of worrying about impressing others. Okay, so just relax and know that you're perfect just the way you are. And we all make mistakes. We're all awkward and weird and uncomfortable sometimes. And if you want to improve your social skills, you really have to accept that. You have to embrace all of your emotions, all of the uncomfortable, cringy things about yourself and about life, and just embrace it all. All things are neutral, and you don't have